YouTubers. I have Joy down here trying to want to play. Are you going to play? Are you going to play? Huh? You going to play? You get your head buried. Unbury it. You got to work your head away. Yeah. 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 You good girl? You see your face? Your eyes just glowed. I think that's cute how she rubs her face. I think she's just scratching it or rubbing it. There you go. You got yourself loose. Yeah, you gonna kick your feet? You gonna kick your feet? Are you done? Are you done? Okay, I'm gonna get the devotion. I'm going to my big book today, and I got October 27th, which is today. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5:3. In the time in which we live, it is not really much of an advantage to be dependent. We would all rather be independent. We want to be more able to take care of ourselves without having to rely on someone else. But the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said that it is the person who is aware of their dependence on God, who is happy and blessed. It is important to God that his children should be absolutely and completely dependent on him. That it is the very first sentence of the Sermon on the Mount. It is usually only when disaster strikes, or when you come to the end of your own strength, that you are willing to acknowledge your dependence on God. 2 Corinthians 1:8-10. Paul talks about his problems that they experienced in Asia. And then he testifies, indeed, we felt we had received the sentence of death, but this happened that we might not rely on ourselves, but on God. Verse 9. Are you ready to be dependent on God? in all things, to pick up your independence and your will so that to give up your independence and your will so that your life is to live independent on God and in line with His will. Do not put off becoming dependent and acknowledging that you are dependent on the Lord. Lord, I am still reluctant to be dependent on you. Help me to understand that if I am willing and acknowledge my dependence, I will be part of your kingdom. In Jesus' name. Dependence upon God is important. And that prayer was for everyone. I depend on God for everything. But there are things that I have not depended on God. But, when I need something or, I pray to God for everything. And He helps me to get through everything. And we need to depend on Him. Because He gives us the knowledge and the resources so that we can depend on Him. And He wants us to depend on Him for things in our lives. So we need to be dependent on Him. So if you're thinking you're independent and you want to do things on your own, be dependent on God and trust God for what He can do in your life. That is my devotion for today. Remember to find joy in your journey, no matter where you are, whatever you're going through. There's always something to be joyful for and about. Remember to love yourselves and to love each other. Before you can love someone else, you've got to love yourself first. Bye-bye.